Cave Classroom at 810. Pulled off some documents from the U.S. History Regents. We have a cartoon here, another one here, and I know we've spent year after year, we love this one. So we can kind of like analyze them and kind of like put them together here. So let's start here and then we'll connect them, if that's cool with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know you love your historical context of the dates.
Gotta look at the source.
August 9th, 1919.
All right, World War I's over.
Yep.
Peace at lasts. The war to end all wars. Woodrow Wilson, Treaty of Versailles, League of Nations. All these things are coming to my mind.
So here we have Woodrow Wilson.
Okay.
League covenants. Touch not a single branch, bough, and then we have the Senate with an axe.
All right.
That can't be good.
No.
So what do we know about Woodrow Wilson in 1919?
All right, Woodrow Wilson, 14 points. You know, his plan for an everlasting peace after World War I. I think the only real one, he gets a couple of his 14 points into the Treaty of Versailles,
yep.
But the one major one he does get into the Treaty of Versailles is this creation of the League of Nations.
Right.
This international peacekeeping organization that is kind of like the grandfather, I would say, of the United Nations
yep.
today.
Very similar to the League of Iroquois, if that helps you as well.
Right.
You know?
League covenants. A covenant is an agreement.
Sure.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Ooh,
Indiana Jones was searching for the Ark of the Covenant.
Oh,
the Covenant was the agreement between God and Moses, the Ten Commandments. You know, the Ark was what stored the Ten Commandments. I've been watching a lot of Indiana Jones.
It's been on a lot. It's been on a lot. You know, it really has.
So here, Woodrow Wilson is trying to protect this tree that represents the League of Nation agreements, the agreement between the nations, from the United States Senate coming to chop it down.
Now, he was so committed to getting this League of Nations involved, or us becoming a part of it, was that, you know, he went around the country touring, going from
I think the next document actually kind of shows that. Yeah.
Yeah, there he is.
You know,
again, he's taking his argument to the American people.
Yeah.
And you know, this is ultimately which is going to lead to him having a stroke. You know, the stress or historians say that because he went out and he's getting the people to, you know, agree with what it is. And why is he going to the people? Because the people are hopefully going to go and talk to their senators to say, hey, you know, vote in favor of this.
Little checks and balances review.
Yes.
You know, executive branch, legislative branch, judicial branch, president, head of the executive branch has the power to make treaties with other countries. However,
here we
checks
go.
and balances, only the Senate has the power to ratify or approve of the treaty. So he's made the treaty, he's made the Treaty of Versailles, he's come to an agreement with the other leaders of the world. Now the Senate has to approve of it and has to approve America's admission to the League of Nations.
You know, now why would the Senate be against something like this? Okay, well, we just got out of a world war. This is going to be the war to end all wars. Remember, this guy gets reelected because he kept us out of the war. And the Senate, and yet members in the legislative branch felt that if we became part of the League of Nations, this would probably get us into another war.
And other than getting us into the war, being financially committed to other countries.
Absolutely.
Something that we had been very, very hesitant to be throughout our nation's existence.
Sure.
You know, we've always wanted to be neutral. We've never really wanted to give our money to other countries, really until we start to see Marshall Plan and Truman Doctrine put into effect after World War II.
Perfect.
But yeah, here you know,
he's taking his argument, taking his.
You don't want to do what I say. I'm going to go right to the American people and do it them. And yeah, because
good idea.
If you don't want it, maybe if I can convince the American people to replace you with somebody who does want it.
Yeah, because somebody in the House is going to have to, you know, reapply for their job every 2 years.
Yep, or six.
Or six if you're looking at the Senate.
Yep.
All right, good. Now, when we look here, I know this is a really nice tie-in. I mean, of course, these are great cartoons, but we love this, especially when you're talking about the olive branch, the League of Nations.
The olive branch of peace, the dove is a symbol of peace. And yes, the League of Nations, had America joined, one of the great what-ifs in world history. If we had joined, could it have prevented a World War II? Because one thing is for sure, we are a part of the United Nations. We are one of the most important parts of the United Nations. And one thing is for sure, there hasn't been a World War III yet.
Right.
So.
And the thing is that, when you talk about one of the big what ifs in history, I know there's another political cartoon out there where you're looking at the bridge.
The bridge.
And then there's the keystone and we're the missing piece.
We're not in the sub.
You know, and I'm sure when we were talking about that, we were talking about teams. You know, if you're missing a major player from a team, are you going to win? Or your chances of winning are going to be less likely. Cool. Anything else with this?
No.
All right, cool.
Good.
I like this one. Yeah, this was on the Regents. This one was on the Regents. This one we just used, but you know, you see a lot of that kind of stuff. Cool.
Could
Thanks
be
for watching.
helpful. Could be
Could be helpful.